Hello everyone, we're here today to talk about the test of hypothesis for single sample. In this video presentation, we'll cover the hypothesis testing, the one-sided and two-sided hypothesis, p-value in hypothesis test, general power of hypothesis for test of hypothesis, test on the mean of a normal distribution variance known and unknown, test on the variance and statistical deviation of a normal distribution. So let's get started.
Hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is used to assess the plausibility of a hypothesis by using sample data. The test provides evidence concerning the plausibility of the hypothesis given the data. Statistically, analysis test is hypothesis by measuring and examining a random sample of population being analyzed. In other words, hypothesis testing is a tool for making statistically inferences about the population data. It is an analysis tool that tests assumptions and determines how likely something is within given standard of accuracy. Hypothesis testing is provides a way to verify whatever the results of an experiment are valid.
So let's discuss the one-sided hypothesis. One-tailed test. One-tailed test examines if a population parameter is significantly greater than or less than a specific value. It focuses on one direction. One-tailed tests have two sides, the left-tailed and the right-tailed test. Right-tailed test if the alternative hypothesis of the population mean is greater than the value of the mean given. Left-tailed test if the alternative hypothesis of the population mean is less than to the value of the mean given. One may reject or accept the null hypothesis. We do not reject the null hypothesis when the test statistic does not fall in the rejection region. In other words, if the evidence is not strong enough to support the alternative hypothesis, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. The test statistic is not extreme enough to fall in the rejection region, or the p-value is greater than or equal to the significance level. So we reject the null hypothesis when the test statistic falls in the rejection region determined by the level of significance. So the shaded area is the rejection region, this and this side, and the unshaded area is fail to reject the null hypothesis. So we have two example problem. The first problem is a company claims that its new light bulb lasts an average of 1000 hours. A consumer group wants to test this claim. They randomly sample 25 bulbs and find that the average lifespan is 980 hours, with a standard deviation of 50 hours. Is there enough evidence to reject the company's claim at a 5% significant level? Assume the lifespan of the light bulbs follows a normal distribution. The consumer group is only interested in whether the lifespan is less than 1000 hours, not whether it's simply different. So, step 1. State the hypothesis. Null hypothesis of the population mean is greater than or equal to 1000 hours, and the alternative hypothesis of the population mean is less than 1000 hours. So this is a left-tailed test. This is a left-tailed test, not a right-tailed test as originally requested. The original request was for a right-tailed test. However, the problem naturally leads to a left-tailed test because we're testing if the lifespan is less than the claimed value. So we use the left-tailed test. So this is the statement in the word problem. It states that it was a left-tailed test. Step 2. Determine the significance level. Significance level of 5%, we need to convert it so it will be 0.05. Step 3. Calculate the test statistic. So we use the t-test formula. So this is the t-test formula. First, we need to gather the sample mean. So it will be 980 hours, population mean of 1000 hours. sample standard deviation of 50 hours, sample size 25. So we need to plug in it to the given formula and solve it in calculator so we get the right answer of -2. Step 4. Determine the critical value. Since this is a left-tailed test with alpha is equal to 0.05 and degrees of freedom is equal to n minus 1 is equal to 25 minus 1 is equal to 24, we look up the critical t-value in a t-table. So in our t-test table, as you can see, this is the area of alpha and this is the area of degrees of freedom. So this is the 0.05 alpha and this is the 24 degrees of freedom. And we can locate the critical value as of approximately is equal to 1.711. Since this is a left-tailed test, so we need to negative it. So it will be negative 1.711. Step 5. Decision rule. Reject the null hypothesis if the calculated t-value is less than the critical t-value of negative 1.711. Step 6. Conclusion. Our calculated t-value is equal to -2 is less than the critical t-value of -1.711. So therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. So this is the next example problem. A fitness trainer claims that the average weight of loss of his client after 12 weeks of training is more than 10 kg. A sample of 15 clients was randomly selected and their average weight loss was found to be 11.2 kg, with a standard deviation of 2.5 kg at a 5% significance level. That's the trainer's claim. So step 1, define the hypothesis. So the null hypothesis of the population mean is equal to 10. And the alternative hypothesis of the population mean is greater than 10. So this is the right-tailed test. Step 2. Identify the level of significance. So the given level of significance is 5% and we need to convert it as usual. So we get the 0.05. Step 3. Calculate the test statistic t-value. So using the formula statistic, and we need to find the sample mean of, so it is 11.2, population mean of 10, sample standard deviation of 2.5, sample size is 15. So after that, we need to plug in it to the given formula and we get the right answer of 1.86. Step 4. Find the critical t-value. Since this is a right-tailed test with alpha of 0.05 and degrees of freedom is equal to n minus 1, so 15 minus 1 is equal to 14. And we look up the critical t-value in t-table. And this is the 14 degrees of freedom and at alpha of 0.05. So the critical t-value is 1.761 from the t-table. Step 5. Decision rule. This statistic is equal to 1.86 and the critical value is equal to 1.761. Since t is equal to 1.86 greater than to t is equal to 1.761, so we reject the null hypothesis. Step 6. Conclusion. At a 5% significance level, there is enough evidence to support the trainer's claim that the average weight loss of his client is greater than 10 kg.
Two-sided hypothesis. A two-sided hypothesis is a type of alternative hypothesis in statistics that tests whether a sample is greater than or less than range of value. It is used in null hypothesis testing and determine statistical significance. A two-sided hypothesis is an alternative hypothesis which is not bounded from above or from below as opposed to a one-sided one-sided hypothesis, which is always bounded from either above or below. In fact, a two-sided hypothesis is nothing more than the union of two one-sided hypotheses. So, hypothesis is a tentative statement or prediction that can be tested to explain research and observation. Here's some more information about hypothesis. So, example, null and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis, HO, no significant difference, and alternative hypothesis, H1 or HA, is there is no significant difference. So, the following below are the symbol and its meaning. So this is our example of two-sided hypothesis. So both left and right is meron siyang tinatawag na rejection region. So the rejection region is equal to 1.96 and our left naman is negative 1.96. So our final answer is 1.25. A factory has a machine that dispenses 80 ml of fluid in a bottle and employee believe the average amount of fluid is not 80 ml. Using 40 samples, he measured the average amount dispensed by the machine to be 78 ml with a standard deviation of 2.5. A. State the null and alternative hypothesis, and B. At A, 95%. Confidence level is there enough evidence to support the idea that the machine is not working properly. So SO is equal to M is equal to G 80 and H is M not equal 80. So negative X is equal to 78 and seconds is equal to 2.5 and our N is equal to 40. So this is our formula is J is equal to negative X minus MO over S square root of N. So 78 minus 80 is equal to negative 2 and 2.5 square root of 40 is 0.39528. So our final answer is J is equal to negative 5.06.
P-value in hypothesis testing. P-value, a probability between 0 and 1 with assumption of null hypothesis. Probability of observing result if the null hypothesis has no effect is true. P-value are generally expressed as decimal. Usually, p-value of 0.05 is used. In percentage, this is 5%. The p-value is used in hypothesis testing to help you support or reject the null hypothesis. The p-value is the evidence against a null hypothesis. The smaller the p-value, the stronger evidence that you would reject the null hypothesis. P is less than equal than alpha is the reject null hypothesis. The p is greater than alpha is to fail reject null hypothesis. As you can see here in the graph, the red is the reject null hypothesis. In the green side, this is the fail to reject null hypothesis. So the higher you get, the fail to reject null hypothesis. The lower you get is the reject the null hypothesis. So what is the reject null hypothesis? This is the p-value that we encounter. So alpha is equals to level of significance. So the alpha is equals to 1 minus confidence level.
Let's discuss the general power of hypothesis for test of hypothesis. The definition of power, the power of a hypothesis is the probability that the test correctly rejects the null hypothesis when the alternative hypothesis is true. In other words, it is the ability of a test to detect an effect when there is one. So, hypothesis testing is a statistical method used to make decisions or draw conclusions about the populations based on sample data. It helps assess whether a claim's hypothesis about a population parameter is likely to be true. The power of a hypothesis test refers to the probability that the test correctly rejects a false null hypothesis. Definition of power is mathematically expressed as power equals P, or reject, null, and alternative is true, where null hypothesis no effect or no differences, while the alternative hypothesis effect or difference exists. Interpretations: a high power, example 0.8 or 80%, means the test is very likely to detect a true effect when it exists. A low power indicates the test may fail to detect the effect, leading to a type 2 error, false negatively. Relationship to type 2 error: the power of a test is related to the probability of a type 2 error, or beta. So power equals to 1 negative beta. Negative beta. And hypothesis testing is a decision-making process for evaluating claims about populations. It is basically testing an assumption that we can make about populations. So we need to testing or some assumption that we can make about the population. For the null hypothesis, it is denoted by H sub O. It is initial claims the independent variable has no effect on the dependent variable. H sub O, H1 equals H2, which is the null hypothesis is denoted by H sub O. For the alternative hypothesis, it is also denoted by H sub A or H sub 1. It is the contrary to the null hypothesis. Parameter and specific value. The dependent variable has an effect on the dependent variable, which is the alternative hypothesis is having a specific value or parameter which is contradicted to the null hypothesis, and there is an effect of the dependent variable. Null hypothesis or H sub O or H sub 0 is always denoted by equal to, the same as, not changed, from, or is, which is the other symbols that we'll put is equal, while the alternative hypothesis H sub A or H sub 1. Then not equal, different from, change from, not the same as, which is the symbols that we will use as is not equal symbols. We can state the null and alternative hypothesis for each statement. For for knowing the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis is we can use the example number 1. The average age of tricycle drivers in Tacorong is 30 years old. Then the words that we'll use is about is. Then knowing that is the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis, which is 30 equals to 30 years old. Then the alternative hypothesis is the symbols like not equal 30 years old. For the we will proceed the example number 2. The average number of calories of a low calorie meal at most 100. So what is the word that we will use, or the word means is at most. The mo- the word at most is the null the null or the alternative hypothesis. So the null hypothesis is equal to 100 calories, while the alternative hypothesis less than 100 calories. Then that is all the about general power of hypothesis testing. So thank you.
Hypothesis testing for the mean of a normal distribution with known variance. Introduction to hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a statistical method used to make an inference about a population based on a sample. In this presentation, we will focus on testing the mean of a normal distribution when the variance is known. Understanding this concept is crucial for making informed decision in various K-concept. In hypothesis testing, we start with a null hypothesis (HO) and an alternative hypothesis (H1). The goal is to determine whether there is enough evidence to reject HO. We will also discuss the significance level p-value and type 1 and 2 errors. The testing procedure involves several steps. Number one, formulate the hypothesis. Number two, choose a significance level. Number three, calculate the test statistic. And number four, determine the p-value or critical value. Finally, we decide whether to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. The test statistic for mean. When the variance is known, we use the z-test for hypothesis testing. The test statistic is calculated as z equals to x minus 0 divided the null hypothesis, where x is the sample mean, 0 is the hypothesis mean, is the null the, nu- the null is the known standard deviation, and n is the sample size. This help us assess the evidence against HO. Interpret Interpreting results. Upon obtaining the p-value, we compare it to our significance level. If p-value a we reject the null hypothesis, indicating significance evidence for alternative hypothesis. If p-value greater than a, we fail to reject HO, suggesting insufficient evidence to support H1. Conclusion. Hypothesis testing for mean about normal distribution with known variance is a powerful tool in statistic. By following the structured procedure and understanding the K concept, and one can make informed decision based on sample data. Mastery of this technique enhance analytical skills in various applications.
So we this is a report for testing the mean of a normal distribution with unknown variance method and applications. So first is application in real life. Testing the mean has numerous applications in fields such as medicine, psychology, and business. For instance, researchers may not want to determine if a new treatment has statistically significant effect on patient outcomes. Understanding these applications help in grasping the significance of mean testing. So it's important also for many application of testing like this business and medicine, psychology. So it is important for we need to test if in the effect on the patient outcomes. So next is introducing the mean testing. In this presentation, we explore testing the mean of of a normal distribution with unknown variance. This topic is crucial in statistics as it helps in making inference about population parameter based on sample data. We will discuss various methods and their application in real world scenario. So like this COVID-19 economy, like this one. Understanding normal distribution. A normal distribution is characterized by its bell shape and bell-shaped curves in the statistics. When the variance is unknown, we often rely on the t-distribution for hypothesis testing. Understanding its properties is essential for accurate mean estimation in and inferential statistics. So we should understand the normal distribution for this unknown variance. We often rely to test in hypothesis testing. So next is method of testing the mean. These are several methods for testing the mean, including the t-test and confidence intervals. The t-test is particularly used when the sample size is small and the population variance is unknown. We will examine the formulas and procedures for this method. Common pitfalls. When testing the mean, common pitfalls include sample bias, improper use of t-test, and misunderstanding confidence. Intervals, it's crucial to ensure that the assumption of normality and randomness are met to avoid misleading conclusion. So it's so crucial to ensure that assumption of normality and randomness is are met to avoid misleading conclusions. Conclusion and key takeaways. In conclusion testing, the mean of the normal distribution with unknown variance is a viral statistical method. By understanding the method and their application, one can make informed decision based on same sample data. Always be cautious of potential pitfall to ensure reliable result. So,
We're gonna discuss about the test on the variance and the statistical deviation of a normal distribution. The chi-squared is used to determine if the sample significantly differ from hypothesized population variance for a normal distribution. So this statistic, the test statistic is by x squared equals sample size minus 1 and sample variance over hypothesized population variance. So the test statistic follows a chi-square distribution with a sample size minus 1 degrees of freedom. So hypothesis, null hypothesis variance equals the hypothesis value. Alternative hypothesis is two-tailed, one-tailed upper and one-tailed lower. So the decision rule, number 1, the decision rule calculate the test statistic using the formula. Find the critical value from the t-squared table from the chosen significance level and degrees of freedom. So two-tailed test use both upper and lower critical values. One-tailed test use one critical values. So compare the test statistic with the critical values. If is the rejection region, reject the hypothesis. Otherwise, fail to reject. So number 4, assumption. The data come from a normal distribution. So number 5, the example. Suppose we have a sample size equals 10, sample size variance equals 20, hypothesized variance 16. Significance level is equal 0.05 to tail. Number 1, this calculation is this. Critical values from the chi-squared table at 0.025 and 9 degrees of the freedom. Lower critical values is equals 2.70. Upper critical values is equals 19.02. So thank you guys. This is our report about the test on the variance and statistical deviation of a normal distribution.
That's the end of our report. So thank you for your listening.